Good morning, everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a broad spectrum reading. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. You might just be looking at something different at this time. It's originally created for Saturday, the 31st of December, the very last day of the year for 2022. If you're seeing it on a different date, yet it makes sense for you, I believe readings are timeless, so utilize the reading to the best of your ability. Take what you need and leave the rest, so don't be stuck on the date as much as the message. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there, it tells you some housekeeping rules, what decks I'm using, how to contact me and follow me via social media so that you can reach out for a private reading, and easy ways to support the channel. Ways you can do that is by hitting the thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel, leaving me a question or comment, or sharing the video out. So let's get into these cards and see what they want us to know before we end out this year. I will be referring to the Sunday underpinning reading. If you see cards, if you hear me talking about cards that aren't in this video, they're in that video that populates in the lower left-hand corner of the video, so you can check that out too. All right, let's see what the card is for today. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. So we had the Ten of Wands yesterday. We also had the Page of Wands. There's a little bit around, with the Seven of Wands, it's always about holding one's ground, kind of keeping true to one's spirit, what one knows to be true, and defending one's position. It can be about keeping a boundary, and it can be about success, but it comes with a maybe a challenge or a debate, an argument, a fight. We might find ourselves challenged by other people's opinions or requirements of us, but we're not necessarily giving in to that with the Seven of Wands. Sevens are about taking responsibility for maybe our position, our beliefs, our needs, our desires, our boundaries, and holding true to those as we move towards the balance of the 8 and completion through the 9 and 10. So, some of us may feel like we're at odds today, or hearing opinions that conflict with what we know to be true for ourselves. Hold true to what's, our own internal wisdom is really the key here, because Wands is fire and that is the spirit. So if there's something that, a boundary we need to draw, a belief that we need to hold tight to, today is the day to do it, right? And to, kind of, I don't know if defend is the right word, but to protect or maintain that stance, that position, while it's being challenged, if it is being challenged. She is definitely keeping these wands at bay, or these opinions or needs or expectations of others, and she's still delivering her truth or holding tight to her truth while she faces it forward and moving forward. There could be adversity that we're facing, or challenges. Things might be moving slower or getting in our way in ways that we didn't necessarily expect, but that doesn't necessarily mean that with a little bit of perseverance and attention, we can't move beyond it or past it. That's kind of the key with this card, is it's about perseverance and holding true to what we know to be true, and then maintaining that and keeping that as our focus as we move forward. Having faith in ourselves and our beliefs, our own spirit, and what we know to be true is going to be key in us being able to, either take the higher ground, move forward, get beyond the confusion, get beyond the, misinformation, or the challenges that may be being presented to us. These challenges don't have to be outwardly negative. They just may be not in alignment with what we know to be true for ourselves. And it's about holding on to that truth and utilizing that truth to sort of forge forward in our plan, or throughout the end of this year and into 2023. Now let's look at the Divine Abundance card. Extraordinary. I love it. We've got the peacock. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. So Her holding this wand is us holding on to that honor, and holding on to our beliefs, holding on to our spiritual strength. This color purple makes me think of the crown chakra on Extraordinary, which is our knowing, our spiritual knowing. And letting that flourish no matter what's in our way or what's in our face, challenging us. We need to believe in that extraordinary nature of who we are, what we know to be true, our own individualized beauty, and let that, like, sort of just similar to the peacock, let that sort of expand out, flourish, and be seen. If people don't accept it, that's more about them than it is about us, is my feeling. So stand in kind of your glory today, stand in your truth, stand in your spiritual truth, your spiritual awareness of what it is that you need and what it is that you require, and making that like a priority today rather than giving it over to others and doing for them maybe what they need or how they perceive things. It's not that we can't be of assistance to others, but I kind of feel like with the Seven of Wands, the assistance really needs to be the focus on ourselves and holding true to our truth, our own heart-centered healing, reality, needs, and making that our focus today. And understanding the beauty and the uniqueness that is. That's kind of the Extraordinary card presenting itself to us. Don't let somebody else or something else, some other opinion or expectation dim our shine today. Let's go to the clarifiers. We have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is underpinning us this week at the end of the week. And the Five of Pentacles is about adversity, right? That's the Six other Wands coming at her and the Seven of Wands. But it's a transitory card. It is a 3D maybe setback or a challenge that we're facing that we may not understand or that may not feel easy or comfortable, but we're still forging forward even in the face of adversity or in the face of, a challenge that at times may not seem fair or may not seem, totally understandable to us, but we have the strength and the ability to continue to move forward in our own truth and to do so not only spiritually, but also within our 3D world. If there's a goal we have set for ourselves, don't lose sight of that goal. Keep transitioning towards it. Keep forging forward. Keep pushing forward. Stay grounded and stay focused as you move forward through whatever it is you might be dealing with. Now, the center card is the Tower. Great. Towers are often, this is major arcana, this is oftentimes big changes or shifts. There could be things that we are leaving or that are falling apart before the end of the year because we don't want to take them into 2023. The Tower card is always about, things that are built on faulty foundations not necessarily succeeding and us being unwilling to remove them or let go. So the Tower kind of forces us to. We're not offered any other choice but to let go. It's that idea, and you've heard me say this a million times before, let go or be dragged. Tower does not have to be a bad transition. It's just a major transition that sometimes can be unexpected. But I feel like this family in the Five of Pentacles and this woman in the Seven of Wands is still pushing forward, still forging forward, understanding that, we saw that let go card or whatever's not meant for me it will go away and whatever's meant for me will come towards me. Keeping that perception today will be key in watching these transformations take place. Tower situations can also be happening not necessarily to us directly but around us, where situations are shifting and changing in ways we didn't expect for others. But I think that this is about us still maintaining our focus on what we need, our own truth, our own beauty, and forging forward through the changes, even if they're affecting others more so than ourselves, and allowing those changes to take place, like harmonizing ourselves with the universe, even if there's something that was unexpected or we didn't see coming or they didn't see coming. But the shift is usually followed by, the Tower is always followed by the peacefulness of the star. There's usually a settling that happens after this that we then can look back in reflection and understand, oh, I needed to let go of that, or I needed that to change and transform so that I could find myself in this more peaceful, centered, gentle place of healing. The last card is the Four of Wands. So this speaks to the outcome ultimately, regardless of what is transforming or changing, being more settled, more stable, Also still in alignment with our spirit, because this is the Wands suit. Four of Wands is about, it can be about union, celebration, marriages, coming closer and honoring those that we love. It's oftentimes seen as the soulmate card. If there's transitions that we have going on in our relationships right now that maybe don't make sense, just trust that they are working out in for the right reasons. Ultimately, it may require some work from us. The grounding stone this week is tolerance. There may be something that we're, watching take place, shift, transpire, unfold that seems challenging or um, different than what we expected to have happen or take place. But ultimately, I think with the Four of Wands there, that through this perseverance and through this attention and through this sort of holding our boundaries, holding our self-esteem, especially with that extraordinary card, understanding what we deserve, even in the midst of transition, setback, and change, is going to lead us to a place of celebration, union, reunification, or a way of reestablishing a situation in a way that is positive, powerful, and more in alignment with what it is that we need. The Four of Wands can also indicate sort of like not only foundational stability, but maybe like a rebalancing within our spirit or our connections to others that we feel spiritually connected to. Ultimately, this feels like whatever it is we are going through, if we are going through something at this time, it is leading us to a place that is more sound, more in alignment, and worth I don't want to say risk, but worth the change or the transfiguration that's taking place so that we can get to a clearer, better, um, more connected space. That is my feeling. Let's go to the grounding stone and see what we need to be grounding in today while we're working through this. And keep in mind, this change can be somebody else's change. It doesn't necessarily have to be ours, This is the word today is courage, and I see that courage in that Seven of Wands. I also see courage in the the Five of Pentacles moving forward, and the courage in facing any major changes that could be coming about before the year ends. Remember, this tower could just be us not taking with us anything that we don't need to be carrying along with us in 2023. We may have been carrying hardship and difficulties through 2022 that it's like this is spirit telling us, look, you're worth more than this. You understand that, you feel that, you're ready to defend that, you're ready to move forward through that in the 3D. But also, let the chips fall where they may, is that Tower card. Because ultimately, on the other side of this is the Four of Wands. It is this idea of, at the very least, being more centered and connected within our own self spiritually, so that we can celebrate and understand that even if a loss has taken place or a setback has taken place or a rearrangement of how we feel or what we feel or how we're running our 3D life has transpired and required courage of us, it is ultimately for our own highest good. We'll be interested to see what comes in the 2023 readings, because it does feel like we are transitioning out of something that is no longer serving us or is not built on a foundation that was secure or as secure as we thought it was. Now, this tower can be anything. It can be a relationship, friendship, family relationships, jobs, money, career, just a giant shift that, either for us or someone around us that we're watching, we didn't necessarily expect or see coming. But the more we ease into it, the more we sort of flow with it, the better off we're going to be in the long run. Stay focused on what you desire, what you know to be true for yourself, what you need in this situation, and work your way towards that. Keep that as your focus, even in the face of adversity that seems outside of our control. It is going to lead us to a place that is better ultimately. We may need to be courageous and allow things to fall away. Try not to hold on to anything too tightly other than your own personal beliefs, realizations, and awareness of who you are and what you deserve. I hope that makes sense today. If it does, please leave me a question or comment. Let me know if this reading is resonating with you. For those of you that are new, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the new weekly starting off the new year. And please like, share, comment, subscribe. Take care and have a wonderful day.